You're strong and courageous, resilient and relentless. You're an overcomer, high achiever, learner and great leader. So let's make a joyful noise as we celebrate your brilliance, celebrate your greatness inside.
Not this, not
Bevy, where are you?
Not this. Good morning, Dave.
Aren't you always telling me to be tidy?
Whoa!
Dave, this room will be clean in a snap. But not before I pick out just the right costume for today's adventure.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to pick.
Can you guess who I am?
You're in a bonnet. Could you be anyone living in the 1600s?
Ego Son Phyllis Wheatley, the great poet. And no, I did not live in the 1600s. I was born in the 1700s, around 1753, in Gambia on the continent of Africa.
Ah yes, the Latin, the quilpin. I see it now.
Can you believe that Phyllis Wheatley could read Greek and Latin by age 12? And she published her first poem at the age of 14?
Yes, I can. So, should I put on my waistcoat and breeches?
No, Dave, I already put your costume in your bedroom.
Oh, really? I'll be right back. Bevy, either I'm dressed wrong or you are. We're dressed in 2 different time periods.
Don't worry, it will all make sense when we get there.
I hope there's food on this trip.
Ah.
What? I haven't eaten lunch yet, and whatever Mom is cooking smells so good.
Don't worry, Mr. Hungry. There will be food, but we have to leave now.
The Magic History Book. This book holds the memories of countless leaders in history. Not too long ago, Bevy and Dave, by, let's say, a happy accident, discovered the magic of the book. During an exciting game of toss, they stumbled into their parents' office where Dave accidentally bumped into the glass cabinet. Bevy and Dave watched nervously as the cabinet wobbled back and forth until suddenly it stopped. And the history book flew out, landing with a thud on the floor.
Woo! If we messed up this book, Mom and Dad would never forget it.
At the utterance of those words, the book from its own might rose above their heads as if waiting to be commanded. Bevy and Dave eventually figured out that they had to call on a historic figure in the book to study. Today, it's Bevy's turn. I wonder who she'll choose.
Okay, Dave, are you ready?
Yep, and I got the satchel.
Never forget Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Woo! That never gets old.
Now I get my suit, but why are you dressed like Phyllis Wheatley?
It's Negro History Week. In cities all over the United States, groups gather to celebrate with choral performances, plays, banquets, and even parades where people dressed up as their favorite historic figure.
Awesome! We're going to a parade?
Not exactly.
Okay, well, where are we now?
We're on 9th Street, Northwest in Washington, D.C. We're looking for 1538. Ah, there it is. That's the Associated Publishers Office.
So cool. I can't wait to meet Dr. Woodson.
Me too.
This building was best known as Dr. Woodson's office home. He bought it for only $8,000 in July of 1922. It's here that Dr. Woodson took on the heavy task of researching, recording, and publishing Black history.
Was that Langston Hughes?
OMG, I think it was.
Meet Langston Hughes. He was an author, poet, and playwright. Bevy and Dave are huge fans. One of their favorite books is Popo and Fifina, a wonderful story about a family living in Haiti. Hughes co-authored this book with Arnaud Bontemps in the 1930s.
Look, I think that's Dr. Woodson.
The Journal of Negro History, founded by Dr. Woodson in 1916. It includes essays and articles on African American life and history. Later, Woodson created the Negro History Bulletin for teachers.
Hello, Dr. Woodson. My name is Bevy, and this is my brother Dave.
Hello, Bevy and Dave. I see you're both ready for Negro History Week. I like that suit, Dave.
Well, Dr. Woodson, first, I would like to start by saying thank you for your hard work.
We know this is a busy time for you, but we wondered if you could tell us a little about why you started preserving Black history.
Well, that's quite a story, but I'll have to tell you on the go. Let's take a walk. I need to run an errand before this evening's event.
Where are we headed, Dr. Woodson?
To Industrial Bank, down on Black Broadway.
Welcome to Black Broadway, known today as the Shaw Howard University neighborhood. Between 1920 and 1960, this area was home to Black leaders in the arts, science, the military, and many more.
Whoa, what's down there?
Oh, that's Griffith Stadium. That's where the district's baseball team, the Washington Senators, won the World Series in 1924 against the New York Giants.
Griffith Stadium was home to many teams over the years, including the Washington Potomacs and the Homestead Grays. In 1964, Howard University bought the stadium and later built what is now the Howard University Hospital.
Hey, friends! Griffin Stadium may be gone, but you can still see the home plate marked inside the University Hospital. Mary Church Terrell! Mary Church Terrell!
Good afternoon, Dr. Woodson.
Hello, Mrs. Terrell.
Mary Church Terrell was an educator, activist, and the co-founder of the National Association of Colored Women. Their slogan was, "Lifting as we climb," which means...
I got this. Lift as you climb is a reminder that when you succeed or win, help someone else win.
All right, Bevy and Dave, let's go in.
Industrial Savings Bank was opened by John Whitelaw Lewis in 1913. This is Jesse Mitchell, the current vice president of the bank, and the future founder of Industrial Bank of Washington. But that's another story.
Wow! This is amazing, Dave!
Oh, look, Bevy. There are two history clues.
Yay! Let's check it out!
This is the Murray Brothers Printing Shop. The Washington Tribune, one of the country's premier Black newspapers, was printed right here.
Awesome. My turn.
Here stands Addison Scurlock's famous photography studio. This was the place to be seen long before there was Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, and even before MySpace.
All right, Bevy and Dave, let's go.
Where to now, Dr. Woodson?
To the Negro History Week celebration at Bernie Community Center. A dear friend, Dr. Charles Wesley, will be speaking. That is the Howard Theater, built in 1910. One can see a play, a musical performance, or even a vaudeville show there.
The Howard Theater became the first theater in Washington, D.C. to serve African Americans.
What's that sound?
So, back to your question. Why did I start preserving Negro history? Well, I received my doctorate degree in history from Harvard University in 1912, and it was there that I was truly set upon my path.
Oh, really?
Yes, one of my professors, Edward Channing, told my class that the Negro had no history.
And he was a historian?
I challenged him, arguing that no people lacked history.
What did he say?
He told me to prove him wrong, and so I have. To neglect the record of the Negro is to turn a deaf ear to the truth.
You said it.
Where to now, Dr. Woodson?
Just there. Welcome to Hillsdale, Bevy and Dave. This is a very special place.
Why is it so special?
Hillsdale was previously a part of Berry Farms. This land was purchased just after the Civil War and became a settlement for freed men. Here, they could purchase land and build their own homes.
Oh! Wow!
Before this building was a community center, it was home to Birney Elementary School, which opened in 1889. It was the first public school for Negroes in this neighborhood.
Yes, celebrate your greatness inside, 'cause you're a great leader.
Where did kids go to school before?
The community did what it does best, organized and funded their own schools.
Self-confidence, spread a love, light, and joyfulness. I'm proud to say you're a
Wow, they are really good.
Thank you again to the Birney Chorale Society for those wonderful musical selections. That was an amazing start to this evening's Negro History Week celebration. Before I go any further, I must acknowledge the presence of the creator of this great annual celebration, Dr. Carter G. Woodson.
Dr. Woodson did not believe he had done anything to merit such attention. He once wrote that the leader is not on a high horse. He may be a little better informed than some other members of the group, but in spite of this advantage, he should have more humility than those whom he serves.
And now for our keynote speaker. He is a pastor, author, educator, and one of the leading scholars of Negro history. Please help me in welcoming Dr. Charles H. Wesley.
Dr. Woodson, thank you so much for today.
Is it time for you to go already?
Yes, but we will never forget what you have taught us today. Wow, this was amazing.
Black Broadway was so cool.
I know. Well, it's time to go. Are you ready?
Ready?
Know from whence you came.
I hope you guys are ready for lunch.
Coming, Mom. We're just putting the magic history book away.
I don't know why you guys call it a magic history book, but do be careful. It's very fragile.
We will.
What Bevy and Dave do not know is that every time they go on an adventure studying the history makers of the past and sharing what they learned with their friends and family, is that the book becomes stronger and stronger as it connects more ancestors to descendants.
To forget our ancestors is to forget our history and all the wisdom they left behind.
You're strong and courageous. resilient and relentless. You're an overcomer, high achiever, learner and great leader. So let's make a joyful noise as we celebrate your brilliance, celebrate your greatness inside. 'Cause you're a great leader, I'm a great leader, we are great leaders inside. Each day we're growing with self-confidence, spreading love